What it do? What it do? You know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. Most definitely hit that bell icon. That's the notification bell that alerts you all content that will drop to my YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, the AKA the like button. YouTube appreciate that. S.L.R Media TV will appreciate that. And make sure you smash that subscribe button. I need everybody to double back and go to my second YouTube channel and do the same thing. Make sure you like, subscribe, share it, comment over there. We on the road to 800 subscribers on my second YouTube channel. We on the road to 4,000 subscribers on this channel right here. You like what I do, you like the content, you like the work that I put in. Make sure you support me by smashing that like button, hit that subscribe button, the notification bell. It's all free. It all helps my channels grow, get more viewers, more subscribers, more eyes, and pushes my channel and helps build my community more. So I appreciate everybody who supports the channel. And make sure you hit the Cash App, all dollar signs, SRED 40. Make sure you're looking for the like button. The like button's at the top hand on the right hand side, the three dots. Hit the three dots, then you will see the like button. Shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to my future subscribers. You see the title, The War in Hip Hop. You see it. Rapper Cash Out. Yeah. Found guilty on RICO charges, sex trafficking charges, and got life. On top of that, they shot him another thing. But he got life in 70 years. He's going to be locked up even when he dies. Cash Out will be owned by the state of GA. Cash Out got life. His cousin got life. His mama got 30 years. And the only reason why the mama got 30 years because I think the judge had a little heart. Just just a little, just a tad little bit. The mommyism kicked in with the judge. Because if it would have been a white judge, white female judge, probably a white male judge, actually our mama would have got more than 30 years. I promise you, she would have got more than 30. She would have caught that fucking RICO charge with the life bid on it. She got lucky that she had that judge that only gave her 30 years. And now, this is state. So it's the difference between federal RICO and state RICO. It's just way different because in federal, you got to do 80. No, federal, you got to do 80 to maybe 95% of your time. You can do 60 to 80% of your time in state. So by her getting that 30-year sentence, she'll be out in 5 years. She'll be out in 5 to 10 years. She's gonna be on hella probation though. She's gonna be on hella probation though for the next fucking 20 years. But she'll be out. And she'll be able to go visit her son and her nephew. But if it would have been any other judge, I believe that Cash Out Mom would have got more than 30 years. That judge, mommyism kicked in. That's the only reason why. Cash Out Mom up there crying. That's what I want to know. Why do people get so holy? Want to get so in the Bible, get Bibleism when you're facing a court of law? How is it all of a sudden you're reading scriptures, but you weren't reading no fucking scriptures at all when you was out here pimping these hoes? Riding around with that Nina, smoking on that Keisha. And the mama crying for what? For what? You the mama. You should have felt bad for these women getting pimped out by your son. But you on that, you on Instagram and everything with stacks of money. Mommy. The way that Cash Out looked in fucking court, yo, Cash Out shouldn't have said nothing. He shouldn't have said nothing. On top of that, his lawyers weren't worth a fuck. His lawyers weren't worth a fuck. They just got a bag. That's all they did. They got a bag. Cash Out should have went. Cash Out should have just testified for his own goddamn self. He should have had. He should have been his own representative. Idiot. The plea deal was take for life. Fucking dummy. Got the collar around my neck, girl. I'm cashing out. Right with that needle. That needle. Smoking on Keisha. Yeah, you gonna be smoking on Keisha now. Yeah, that goddamn that K10, that K12. Yeah, yeah. No paper toothpicks. Be that motherfucking eyes red as hell, redder than a motherfucker. Yeah, probably smoking off the Bible. Yeah, you know how they used to do it, just rolling up that tobacco in the Bibles. In the Bibles. Now you ain't gonna roll up your favorite scripture now. You're gonna roll up a scripture that you really don't fuck with. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Cash Out is done. And let me tell you now, this is a precedent for anybody else. If y'all didn't learn from Diddy, you better learn from Cash Out. Leave them girls alone. Your ass is gonna be sitting in jail for a long, long time. Yeah. Yeah, like Cash Out. Yeah, like motherfucking ain't gonna be no cash outs, ain't gonna be no cash apps, ain't gonna be no PayPals, ain't gonna be no Venmos, ain't gonna be none of that no more for Cash Out. Over with. He might be able to make an album though. I can see Cash Out doing some music while he locked up. You know most rappers do the most music when they locked up. So be looking for a Cash Out album on the way. Riding with they Nina Part 2. Smoking on that Keisha. Yeah. But Diddy, before I get into the content, because we about to get into this Cash Out content. Diddy told me to tell Cash Out. I said Cash Out. God damn. I said Cash Out. Cash Out to hold your head up, bro. Hold your head up. He beat the Fedos. He said you can do it too. You can do it too. He just wants to say, Diddy wants to show Cash Out some love real fast. Yeah, where we at? That's what you got to do, Cash Out. You should have been in court throwing up the motherfucking hearts like Diddy. You didn't learn from Diddy? Shame on you. Shame on you, my boy. The fact, leave them hoe ass girls alone. Diddy Bop. I'm trying to tell you. Motherfucker. Listen, all pimps, find a new career. Find a new career. If you want to pimp hoes, pimp on OnlyFans. Get your OnlyFans account. You can do all the pimping you want and make all the money you want. Pimping out here in the streets is gonna get you 20, 30, or a lifetime bid. For sure. Straight up lifetime bid. Straight up. Ah, gotta learn from Diddy.
We did it. Yeah. We did it. Sometimes you gotta get a good laugh out. Yeah, I'm not going crazy. I'm just fucking happy. Yeah! Man, what the fuck? You can feel happy. You can feel happy. You can fucking laugh. Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, Cash Out. You won't be able to feel. You won't be able to even feel that experience what Diddy just felt. You riding around with that Nina, smoking on Keisha, and all your hoes testified against you. You know, you didn't need all your hoes. They just needed one. They got one. See, something that didn't happen to Diddy, but it happened to you. Then you raped her. You and your cousin tucked the buns. Y'all probably didn't even make the girl even take a shower. You probably just took that putty on the stanky dank. Just musty. Shame on y'all, bro. How your cousin looking at you? You would never see your blood cousin ever again. If he's your blood cousin, you would never see him again in the day in your life. The next time you see that man, the next time you see him will be in the afterlife. Ain't that some crazy shit? Ain't that some crazy shit? The guy who you hustle with, you made money with, you shared memories with, you did all the dirt, whatever, and it all in. And then y'all go y'all separate ways. Only thing y'all got is stories. You asking, you asking what's his address and where he locked up at so you can write him. I gotta get into this content though. This shit is crazy. Cash Out cousin lawyer gonna say, well, I don't really know why he's even in it because he he was never seen. I don't give a fuck. Once the woman testify against you and point the finger that you and Cash Out raped her, it's over with. It's over with. Let's get into the Cash Out. Let's get into this content. Let's get into the content. Roll
Boom!
the footage.
Cable TV. Let's jump right into it. Today's video, we have the rapper Cash Out being sentenced to life. Not only him, also his mother and his cousin. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you're already subscribed, stay subscribed. Let's jump right into it. Let's not waste no time. Rapper Cash Out of Atlanta. Cash Out had a hit single back in about 2010. I'm riding around with that Nina. I'm cashing out. Got a condo on my neck, girl. I'm cashing. Y'all remember that song? Yeah, well, he got life plus 70 years. Now, hear me out. Trafficking charges. Oh, yeah. Victims, they came to court, testified against them. I watched the whole thing. It was crazy. When them girls started to talk about the trauma, PTSD, the mental health issues they've been having over the past 10 years because this situation happened in 2015. So 10 years in the future, all that trauma remained. And those girls divulged all that trauma to that courtroom. Listen, his cousin also got the same time as him. Life plus 70 years. His mom, she got a 30 clip. Yeah, mom's got the 30 clip. They hit her with the 30. 30 years in the women's correctional facility for having being a part of an trafficking ring that spanned over several years. So you mean to tell me when Cash Out stopped rapping, he went broke 9 out of 10 and started selling women? Oh, man, what's going on? It's a crazy world. You know what's even crazier? We also got Sean Kingston and his mama facing fraud charges. So it seems to me it's like a mama-son duo thing that's going on in the industry right now, man. It's like they trying to stay afloat. People going broke. I mean, times is hard. There's no jobs. Things are a bit slow. Spending is at an all-time low. I was in the grocery store yesterday shopping around. People walking around the aisles with empty baskets. Oh yeah, it's a lot going on. It's a lot. But let's jump right back into this video. So Cash Out, him and his cousin, both got life in prison plus 70 years. Mama got the 30 clip. Trafficking charges. Very, very serious charges. They also cannot contact the witnesses or victims during their incarceration. So no scare tactics or anything of that. It's over. You're booked. The judge threw the book at them. It's over, man. Cash Out, I didn't think he was going to go this route. But you know, after rap, it's very hard to find a job because you have a persona as a rapper. So you have to make money within your industry or within your circle. But if you kicked out that circle, then like a man named Max B, you'll have to find making money other ways. And that also landed Max B in prison for 75 years for finding making money other ways outside of Jim Jones. It could have been the same for Cash Out, because once you get used to a certain lifestyle, it's hard to go back. You want to keep it going forward. Sean Kingston knows this all the same. He had hit records, but that was back in the day. Beautiful Girls had to be, 2008? He can't still be living off that. I haven't heard that song being played on the radio or anyone's car in forever. What else he got? Not much. Maybe he has a catalog, but can he live off it, the lifestyle he was living? Nah. That's why the U.S. government came for Sean Kingston. You see, it has to add up. Residuals. A lot of it don't add up when it comes to these individuals. And that's why the court system is not playing right now. So right now, for anybody listening, you should be smart. You should be on your P's and Q's, staying out of trouble, because they're looking right now at people making money in a time where not much money is being made. Now, if you got a job, kudos to you. But if you don't have a job, you might want to lay a bit low under the radar, because in a time where a lot of money is not being made, for you to be living lavish, it brings attention to oneself. Yeah. So it's a crazy situation with Cash Out, his mom, and his cousin. He's not the only rapper that's gotten life in the past 5 to 10 years. Also a rapper by the name of Q Money. Q Money had a song called Work. Very popular hit song. I always believe if the baby didn't make it into the position he is in, Q Money would have been in that position. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about that analogy. And if you were a fan of Q Money, very dope artist, but he also himself landed in prison and has gotten himself a life sentence for murdering his cousin allegedly. Q Money said he didn't do it. It's actually a real funny case. If y'all want me to do a video on Q Money, y'all let me know in the comment section. I'll bust that up real quick, dive real deep into that video, because that case, let's just say Q Money might be innocent, but he's already been sentenced to life for murder of his cousin. Spooky situation when it comes to rappers. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about that. But yo, it's K-Will TV. I'm going to catch you.
Good morning today, Your Honor.
Good morning.
I want to start out by thanking you for giving us a fair trial. I want to thank the jurors for the amount of time that they put in to judge this trial. This time being on this trial, I was able to see how the jurors are put in a tough position to, sit there and judge someone's life, and, it's a hard decision, and I felt like they made the wrong judgment. I've done things in my life. I'm not perfect. But the things I've been accused of, I know that I haven't done those things. I know it's typical for a person to come up here and, show remorse to, crimes that they have done, but I can only show remorse to the people that I know that was in this trial, which is Kiara Adams, Deanna Sanders, and Jasmine Brown. Not remorse on behalf of like I did anything to them, because if you know me, and people who really know me know that I wouldn't force anybody to do anything. I met women, I dated women who were doing escort or whatever, however people want to look at it from a moral standpoint, but who was doing these things as a grown woman. I've only dealt with grown women. Nothing was forced. Nothing was coerced or anything of that nature. If you notice, before this trial, no woman can say anything about me before this trial. If you notice, before this indictment, no woman can say anything about me before this indictment. I get the situations that people are put in when they're faced with a certain type of crime or a certain type of time, and they're bullied into this situation to put the blame on someone, or to put the blame on Cash Out, or to put the blame on someone who's at the top. That's why I didn't really fault them for their decision. I didn't fault Deanna Sanders for making her decision during a proffer. She just had a child. Mind you, she was just on video call with me while being incarcerated. I don't fault Kiara Adams for doing the things she did with her proffer, because mind you, she was facing a certain amount of time handling her probation in different cases that she's on. I don't fault people for making accusations, because I'm a man that typically let women leave on their own behalf. Never held them in prison or held them in slavery or said, you can't leave me, or you can't do this. Every woman you seen come on this stand showed you that they left and came back willingly on their own. What I mean by that, they left on their own and they came back willingly on their own. During this trial, I was able to see, how valuable life is, and how valuable the people that you hang around, or the people that you even date, or the people that you even know, how valuable it is to judge their character. Sometimes I let people stay around who I knew was going to affect a situation that I had going on. So I don't, and for the people who came to this trial that I never met a day in my life, never had any contact with them, never had a text message with them, never had an interaction with them, don't even know where most of these stories came from, is baffling. Never forced a woman to commit a sexual act. I've been traveling all around the world from here to Dubai, and you would never hear a woman say that I forced them to do anything sexual or commit a rape with anybody. I don't hang around people that do things of that nature. I feel like, and somebody asked me this the other day, it was like, every time I see your head high and you always smiling, because when you have that confidence, it takes me back to the Bible. When you have that confidence, and you can be falsely accused of things. Jesus was falsely accused. A lot of the prophets were falsely accused. You don't have that emotion like you've done something. So if you've seen me with my head high, or if you've seen me smiling, it's because I know at the end of the day, through Jesus Christ, the Most High will always give you the actual judgment. So I really thank you for providing us a fair trial. Just me getting to know you during trial, I was like, you know, she's just a judge. But when you sit 12 people in that panel and you know, have them, you know, judge our lives and, you know, put them in a position to judge our lives, you know, it takes you back to, once again, the Bible, when people had to judge these prophets' lives. And I say, if you know me, you actually know me. There's plenty of people that know me in this world. There's plenty of people that know me in this jail. There's plenty of people that know me where I'm from. Like I say, once again, I'm not perfect. I come from certain areas. I come from, you know, certain environments. I come from doing things in my past life before the music. But I'm here to tell you that if you sat in this trial and you paid attention to this trial, before these dates, no woman could ever say, I done those things to them. Before these dates, you can go on my Instagram and see these women enjoying themselves, having their own things, living their own life. Before these dates, I can say you had these women that never had anything to say about me. Before this indictment, before the RICO, you had these women actually talking to me while I was incarcerated. I've been incarcerated for 4 years, and these women are interacting with me. These women who took the stand and supposedly scared of me, or monsters, or I'm a monster, or took these proffers. This wasn't the case before they was indicted. So from my perspective, I feel like some people can get bullied into a situation that they really don't really want to do. And I'm sitting here just holding my head high and just, you know, feeling that one day
And Cash App. Why the fuck I keep calling him Cash App? God damn. Cash out. The judge about to cash your ass out. The more you talk, the more the judge is about to throw the book at you. How you gonna say thank you to the judge? And she gave you life plus 70 years because you was riding around with that Nina and you was smoking on Keisha. How you gonna say you traveled around the world? You went to Dubai and you had these chicks in fucking rundowns. You had these chicks in rundown shit. It was out there. They was they was fucking on rundown beds. You didn't even have them in mid luxury. You had them at the bottom. That money you was making off them, you couldn't even please. You get what you deserve, cash out. You get what you deserve. How you thank the judge or the jury? You found yourself. You going to the Bible? Okay, okay. Ride around with that Nina. Smoke on occasion, smoke on occasion. I got the gun around my neck, girl. I'm cashing out. The gun around my neck, girl. I'm cashing out. I'm cashing out. Ride around with that Nina. Smoking on occasion. Mhm. Yeah, Keisha and Nina testified against you. Yeah, damn dummy.
Good morning today, Your Honor.
Good morning.
I get the situations that people are put in when they're faced with a certain type of crime or a certain type of time, and they're bullied into this situation to put the blame on someone, or to put the blame on Cash Out, or to put the blame on someone who's at the top. If you know me, and people who really know me know that I wouldn't force anybody to do anything. I met women, I dated women who were doing escort or whatever, however people want to look at it from a moral standpoint, but who was doing these things as a grown woman. I've only dealt with grown women. Nothing was forced, nothing was coerced or anything of that nature. If you notice, before this trial, no woman can say anything about me before this trial. If you notice, before this indictment, no woman can say anything about me before this indictment. Mind you, she was just on video call with me while being incarcerated. She was facing a certain amount of time handling her probation in different cases that she's on. I'm a man that typically let women leave on their own behalf. Never held them in prison or held them in slavery or said, you can't leave me or you can't do this. Every woman you seen come on this stand showed you that they left and came back willingly on their own. What I mean by that, they left on their own and they came back willingly on their own. Never forced a woman to commit a sexual act. Never. I've been traveling all around the world from here to Dubai, and you would never hear a woman say that I forced them to do anything sexual or commit a rape with anybody. I don't hang around people that do things of that nature. If you sat in this trial and you paid attention to this trial, before these dates, no woman could ever say I done those things to them. Before these dates, you can go on my Instagram and see these women enjoying themselves, having their own things, living their own life. Before these dates, I could say you had these women that never had anything to say about me before this indictment, before the RICO. You had these women actually talking to me while I was incarcerated. I've been incarcerated for 4 years, and these women are interacting with me. These women who took the stand and supposedly scared of me or monsters or I'm a monster or took these proffers. This wasn't the case before they was indicted. So from my perspective, I feel like some people can get bullied into a situation that they really don't really wanna do. And I'm sitting here just holding my head high and just, feeling that one day the truth will come out. One day the truth will come out on my situation. One day the truth will come out on this rape allegation, that these things never happened. And when you see a person get up on that stand and put their hand on the Bible and swear to tell the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, that means you have to be perfect like you're Jesus. You have to be perfect on that stand. You can't show a flaw. And that's a tough one. It's a tough one for me because I had flaws in my life. So you have to tell the complete truth on that stand. And I got up there and see people put their hand on that Bible and not tell the complete truth. And that's baffling. But at the end of the day, I put my trust in the Most High. I put my trust in the universe to bring out the truth. To bring out the truth of these people who made these allegations. To me, it's like you have no heart. You have no heart.
Right with that Nina. Yeah. Smoking on Keisha.
Emotional testimony from an alleged victim in the trial of an accused Atlanta rapper known as Cash Out.
He is facing charges, including sex trafficking. Atlanta News First Yasmina Alston is live at the Fulton County Courthouse. And Yasmina, that witness testified that she was a sex worker for the rapper.
That's right. The woman testified that she had sex with men for money that she would then have to give to rapper Cash Out. Today, jurors learned how the woman met the rapper, which was at a gas station where she claims he approached her, promising that he could help her make money. The woman says she was going through some things at the time and did not have a place to go. She then describes agreeing to go with Cash Out, whose real name is John Michael Gibson, and being taken to a home in Hapeville. It was at that house where the woman alleges Gibson raped her and eventually explained to her how she would make money by doing sex acts with men. The woman testified she couldn't leave the house and was only given food if she made money, claiming this isn't how she thought things would go.
That we could be a team and make money. I didn't think it would be making money like that in that type of way as hooking up with people to make money, prostitute.
Gibson and two co-defendants, including his mom, are accused of using their record company to recruit young women to do sex work. Their attorneys deny the accusations. Live at the Fulton County Courthouse, Yasmina Alston, Atlanta News First.
This month, this, bruh, then he got life and 70. Cousin got life and 70. Mama got a 30 piece. And it wasn't even pimping with standards. That's that's the crazy part. That's the reason why they got life. If you at least would have had the hoes, and I mean all of them had cars, living good, kids straight, but they still out there slanging that box and they loving it, you probably would have got a light sentence. But you had them out there like pimping hoes in the 2000s and the 90s and 80s. Come on, cash out. Or is it cash app? Well, you can't even get cash app no more because you're locked up for the rest of your life. You don't feel bad for your cousin? He locked up for, well, no, I don't feel bad because he took the booty too. He took the booty juice too. You didn't want to feed her after y'all took the buns? Oh my goodness. What the fuck? Crazy. He said, I'm tired of these bitches for real. Hey, you gotta lead them, you gotta leave them alone and get you a real one. Gotta get you a real lady, man. I just gotta get you one and deal with it, right? And I'm trying to tell you, right now, ever since this Diddy shit, man, I'm trying to tell you, you catching straight Ricos if you put it out there on the block. You catch it on back page or Bookadoo and Wookadoo page. I'm trying to tell you, you're gonna be on you're gonna be in back page jail. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. You're gonna have that lawyer right beside of you like Cash App. He like, damn, it's about to end. But that money about to be good when it hit my bank account. Yeah. And see that lawyer, he gonna go hit his hoes. He gonna hit his hoes. Cash App. You ain't got no hoes. Ah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ever since ever since the Diddy shit now, they trying to take money. Yeah. Trying to tell you. Get you one, get you one lady and be good with that. If you ain't got the game, you ain't got the juice to go get you sick as a thirst somewhere else, don't even do it. Really, you can go out here and cheat. That ain't gonna get you life or 70. But if you out here trying to be Bishop Don Juan and Diddy and all this and that, yeah, you're gonna be like Cash App. Nah, let me stop. Let me stop. Cash out. You're gonna be just like him and his cousin. Life with a 70 piece. And they had the nerves to give them a fine too. How you gonna pay the fine and you locked up? And then how you gonna pay the fine when you dead? That's crazy. Goddamn Cash App. That's his name, goddamn. And what's crazy, they got evidence. They got evidence of him, with them sending money to him on Cash App. Fucking dummy, bro. Like, bro, they got so much evidence on him. He can't even get out of this. He talking about they lie. Bro, they all lie when they get a profit. What the fuck you think they get a profit for? They don't get a profit. They don't get a profit to tell the truth. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Who want to do jail time? I don't give a fuck what anybody say. Now the average American want to do jail time. Not even the biggest gangster, not even the biggest murderer, killer want to do it. Do jail time. Not even rapists or none of. They don't want to do no motherfucking jail time. No motherfucking body likes the jail or the prisons. but they do it anyway. And see, my problem is God didn't tell you to go do it. So you think God gonna get you out of this? That should be crazy. That should be baffling me. That God didn't tell you to go out here and go pimp the hoes, and you rent 1,200, and you living in it, and the house all fucked up. You couldn't even give them beds or nothing. You didn't even furnish their life. You would have got a light sentence if you would have furnished their life. Nah, you wanted all the money. You wanted to be the cheese. You want to take the buns and then put the buns out there for sale. Now you got a lifetime piece with a 70. How you do life and then you got 70? And you got a fine too. How you gonna pay the fine? Then the cousin. Stupid motherfucker. They gonna ship your ass out somewhere. They gonna ship you out somewhere and you gonna be somewhere getting bent the fuck over. Talking about, hey, my cousin, he's a famous rapper, Cash Out. Who the fuck is Cash Out? Yeah, no, Cash Out. Them motherfuckers don't give a fuck. Go ahead and bend on over and do what you gotta do, homie. Right around that neck, girl, I'm cashed out. Right with that Nina. Yeah, yeah. Motherfuckers sick. Crying right now. All of them crying right now. Just crying. I ain't listen. I'd rather be fucking broke than fucking be locked the fuck up and not having amenities just to fucking move around. I'd rather ride past motherfucking McDonald's and not get nothing than fucking be locked up and be asking for some meat. Man, I wish I had me a motherfucking $5 McDouble right now. Ooh, that'd be good. That $5 McDouble. Ooh. Well, that should be bumping right now. Yeah, motherfucker. But you ain't there eating that goddamn ratatouille. Yeah. Molded trays and every goddamn thing. Eat up. Yeah. All rappers. The pimp game is over. Stop trying to pimp the hoes. Let it go. If you ain't making no money in rap, you can't know how to make $1 somewhere, go out there and get you go hit the temp service and get a fucking job. What the fuck? You got a more better chance of going out here and go robbing a fucking bank. At least if you go rob a bank, you'll still be able to get the fuck out. You out here pimping hoes, you catching a RICO charge. And that's facts. They're not playing around. You're catching straight RICOs.
Learning more about an alleged sex trafficking enterprise involving Atlanta rapper Cash Out. Bank statements were revealed today in court.
Emotional testimony from an alleged victim in the trial of an accused Atlanta rapper known as Cash Out.
He is facing charges, including sex trafficking. Atlanta News First Yasmina Alston is live at the Fulton County Courthouse. And Yasmina, that witness testified that she was a sex worker for...
Learning more about an alleged sex trafficking enterprise involving Atlanta rapper Cash Out. Bank statements were revealed today in court. And Channel 2 investigative reporter Ashley Lincoln is live in the newsroom. Ashley, you found out more about those actual transactions.
Yeah, Linda, bank statements revealed a number of transactions on the adult site back page. The investigator testified he found it unusual to see multiple large deposits of money back to back at a single bank.
What were those deposit amounts?
500, 500, 900, 600, 600.
Prosecutors laid out a money trail for jurors.
3 check card purchases at Backpage.com.
Alleging Atlanta rapper Cash Out, whose given name is John Gibson, and his mother, Linda Smith, had an enterprise profiting from prostitution.
For this Cash App account, what's the display name?
Linda Smith, Mama Cash.
An investigator shared his findings from bank statements connected to at least 4 different bank accounts spanning from 2013 to 2022. Gibson, his mother, and cousin, Tyrone Taylor, are accused of forcing women into sex trafficking. Over the 5 weeks of this trial, jurors heard harrowing accounts from alleged victims. Bank statements show rent payments were made to locations where some of the alleged trafficking took place. The defense argued against presenting those documents and maintains Gibson didn't force women into sex trafficking.
My concern, obviously, and my objection on the record would be that these are hearsay, that they're simply allegations, they're pleadings, and they're not final judgments. So for those reasons, Your Honor, I would object to these documents.
Okay. It's relevant as to showing the outflow of money from Kiara Adams' bank account and used to benefit Linda Smith here, who's the at least registered lessee of this location.
And advocates are speaking out about these types of trafficking cases. A federal jury just awarded a victim a multi-million-dollar judgment. I'll share those details tonight on Channel 2 Action News at 6. Reporting in the newsroom, Ashley Lincoln, Channel 2 Action News.
Crucial testimony from detectives about a raid of an Atlanta rapper's home in an ongoing sex trafficking trial.
Cash Out is accused of luring women into prostitution. Atlanta News First Yasmina Alston is live at the Fulton County Courthouse. Yasmina, jurors learned that house was allegedly used for sex work.
Yeah, that's right. And that house is very close to Fulton Industrial Boulevard and also close to a motel that has come up in this trial already, allegedly tied to prostitution and rapper Cash Out. In a lengthy sex trafficking RICO case involving an Atlanta rapper, jurors learned more about a Fulton County house tied to allegations of prostitution. On Thursday, Fulton County police detectives who executed a search warrant on a home of rapper Cash Out testified about raiding the house on Alfred Road. Cash Out, whose real name is John Michael Gibson, is accused of using that residence for prostitution. Gibson is facing multiple charges, including sex trafficking and rape. The latest testimony claimed that prior to the raid, one of the alleged victims told detectives about her situation after she was initially stopped for public indecency near Fulton Industrial Boulevard in 2019. She allegedly told police about the home. A detective testified the alleged victim also shared her social worker's contact information, and the detective claimed she and that social worker kept in contact about the alleged victim's whereabouts until before the raid. The jury previously heard this victim's testimony. Here's one detective testifying about his conversation with the alleged victim.
She stated that she had been beaten by a gentleman named Cash Out, which we later identified as John Michael Gibson, and that she was engaged in prostitution and that she was being forced to conduct acts of prostitution by Mr. Gibson.
Gibson is on trial along with his mom, known as Mama Cash Out, and Tyrone Taylor. The group allegedly used their record company to recruit women into sex work. Now, defense attorneys deny these accusations. As for this trial, it will likely last for another couple of weeks. Live at the Fulton County Courthouse, Yasmina Alston, Atlanta News First.
This hand. You ready? Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, during the course of this trial, the court heard and viewed evidence demonstrating the very worst of human behavior toward other human beings. The jury verdict in this case reflects that the state met its burden in proving beyond a reasonable doubt that the diabolical conduct of the defendants occurred. The sentencing to be meted out by this court will be responsive to that. Mr. John Michael Hakeem Gibson, would you please stand? Okay. On count one, violation of the Georgia RICO Act, 20 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive with count 10. On count 10, rape, life in confinement. Count 12, aggravated sodomy, life in confinement to run concurrent with count 10. Count 22, trafficking a person for sexual servitude, 20 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive with count 1. Count 23, trafficking a person for sexual servitude, 20 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive with count 22. Count 24 on the lesser included offense of battery, 12 months to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 10. Count 25, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, 5 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive with count 23. Count 26, pimping, 12 months to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 10. Count 27, pandering, 12 months to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 10. Count 28, keeping a place of prostitution, 12 months to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 10. Count 29, willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer, 12 months to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 10. Count 30, simple battery, merges into count 24, battery. Count 45, possession of prohibited items by an inmate, 5 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive with count 25. Conditions of this sentence: no contact with any of the victims named in the indictment, to include Diamond Irvin or their families. You are to register as a sex offender. You are to stay away from 737 Alfred Road in Atlanta. You are to stay away from the Mezzo condominium, 2171 Peachtree. You are to stay away from the St. George's Commons address, and you are to stay away from the Fulton Industrial Boulevard corridor. All right, you may be seated. All right, Ms. Smith and counsel, please stand. As to count 1, violation of the Georgia RICO Act, 20 years to serve in confinement. Count 37, trafficking a person for sexual servitude, 10 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive to count 1. You're to have no contact with any of the victims, including Diamond Irvin, named in this indictment, or their families. You are to register as a sex offender. You are to stay away from 737 Alfred Road, the Mezzo at 2171 Peachtree Road, the address at the St. George's Commons, 9340, and the FIB, Fulton Industrial Boulevard corridor.
The Atlanta rapper known as Cash Out will spend the rest of his life in prison.
That's right. So after a jury convicted him of rape, sex trafficking, keeping a place of prostitution, and a whole lot more, 11 Alive's Grace King joins us live from the newsroom. And Grace, you were in the courtroom as all that drama unfolded. What stood out to you?
Well, Ron, I cover a lot of court, and typically if a defendant talks during sentencing, they'll show remorse or ask for leniency. Cash Out didn't do any of that and instead claimed the victims who came forward were bullied into doing so.
On Monday, John Michael Gibson took the mic one final time, not as the well-known rapper Cash Out, rather as a convicted felon fighting for a chance at freedom.
You know you can be falsely accused of things. Jesus was falsely accused. One day, the truth will come out that these things never happened.
A jury found him guilty on roughly a dozen charges, including RICO, rape, and sex trafficking.
It's never behind me. It's always with me, even in my sleep and my subconscious. It changes you. It shakes you to the core.
Several victims and their families shared stories of the trauma they still endure.
Using his one-hit wonder status to steal their person. He and his mom literally stole the souls of all the women that they victimized.
The judge said the state proved those victims' stories beyond a reasonable doubt and showed no leniency as she sentenced Cash Out, his mother, and his cousin to decades in prison.
Court heard and viewed evidence demonstrating the very worst of human behavior toward other human beings.
His cousin expressed disappointment over the outcome.
And I didn't do.
Mama Cash Out said she'd accept whatever fate she deserved.
When the verdict came in, I wasn't angry at all. Not at all. I was so sorry for the victims, and I pray for them and will continue to pray.
Now, I did speak with one of the jurors after court earlier today. She told me it was a tough case to hear, but that she's confident in their guilty verdict.
All right, Grace, thanks a lot. By the way, we did reach out to the Fulton County DA's office for their reaction to today's sentencing, but we have not heard back just yet.
Dummies. 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 I don't believe nothing that Cash App Mama said. Them fucking fake ass tears. The only reason why she's crying because her ass is locked up. She can't get dick. She can't get piped down. She can't get nasty. She can't suck no dick. She can't take it in the ass. She can't smoke no blunts. She can't drink no motherfucking Don Julio. Ain't no popping in the clubs. Ain't none of that shit no more. That's why she's crying, because she's missing the lifestyle. She was right in the mix of pimping them bitches. If she felt some type of way, she would have told her son to stop. Don't know motherfucking about. Listen, that was the grace of God that she had that judge. Because it would have been any other judge, her ass would have been locked up more than motherfucking 30 years. She would have got 50. She would have got the life shot. You know they accused Vince McMahon of the same thing, but that's different though. That's different. That's on different levels, different skin tone, different type of money. That's different. That's just the bottom line. When you rich and you got millions of dollars, you're not doing shit what Cash Out was doing, having to live renting bust down homes, bust down with no fucking furniture, a fucking dirty ass bed, and all this other fucking bullshit. If he'd had them living in some type of luxury and put a couple dollars in their pockets, maybe they wouldn't have signed a fucking proffer. That's what. See, that'd be the problem with them fucking dummies, them fucking idiots. It'd be dummy. You ain't got the motherfucking money. You can't be out here fucking pimping. Go find you a fucking job. Facts. You think Vince is going to get out? Yeah, Vince is going to get. Vince got billions of dollars. Vince a fucking billionaire. Vince ain't worrying about nothing. Vince trying to get his wrestling company up started. Before Vince ain't got nothing, but Vince ain't got no more than 5 to 10 years left on this earth. He trying to figure out who gonna get his billions. Cash Out stupid. A low budget rapper. Stupid. Could have been making money. That's what I'm saying. If you're a rapper, this is my thing is, as long as you got one hit that is a big hit, a one hit wonder, you can make money for the rest of your fucking life. He's lame. You ain't got to perform in the clubs. That's what you got the power of the internet for. That's what you got the internet for. Facts. They just mad he's successful. Yep. Yep, that's true. Just like Diddy. Facts. You gotta have money to play. And my thing is Diddy didn't have them fucking living in a fucking uh rented house paying $1,400 a month, no fucking furniture, a fucking bed. House look like a crack house. All this other motherfucking shit. Nah, like come on. They get what they fucking deserve. The mama, like I said, the mama should be kissing the ground. She didn't get fucking 50 or fucking 100 years, 30. She won't be sucking. She won't be fucked. She won't be bent over. Got plenty of tattoos, all this and that. Be grateful now. Yeah, you're a mom. You're a mom now. You can't be a little hoe no more. Even though, hey, Cash Out mom probably had that goddamn wetty wet. The juice box. She gonna be getting juicy up in there. Right around my neck, girl. I'm cashing out. I'm cashing out. Right around with that needle. Smoke it on. Smoke it on. Keisha. You want you you all wonder what's going to happen to R. Kelly. R. Kelly would be in prison for the red. R. Kelly would die in prison. He'll die in prison. He'll die in prison. That's facts. If he doesn't get a pardon, he'll die in prison. He's banking on Donald Trump to get him a pardon. That's it. Other than that, he'll die in prison. That's facts. That's facts. You gotta have money to play. No money, no honey. Facts. That's why y'all fuck with me. I keep it real on this shit. No, R. Kelly ain't dead. You know R. Kelly dead. When R. Kelly died, it will be on national news. It will be nationally news. That's just being facts. R. Kelly may think don't nobody give a fuck about it, but when he died, he will be nationally recognized. That's all I'm saying. So, I mean, it is what it is. Shout out to R. Kelly. R. Kelly is one of my favorite artists. I still listen to his music. I don't give a fuck. Great music, baby music, all of that. Shout out to Kels. But it is what it is, R. Kelly. You made your bed, you gotta sleep in it. You do dirt, you get dirt. And just fact how it is. Yeah, everybody can't be Diddy. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. R. Kelly music was great. Yeah, it's always gonna be great. It's always gonna be great. That's the reason why if he dies, he will be on every national news cover. I will be covering him on my channel like everybody else will. We'll be playing R. Kelly music all around the world. All this and that. R. Kelly, you are celebrated. You're the greatest R&B guy of all time. Yeah. All right. I'm online right now. I'm coming. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So R. Kelly, don't worry. It's a will in the way. It's a will in the way by the grace of God. Well, you will be relinquished. If not, I'm still playing your music regardless. But look, gotta get up out of here. Gotta missing my love. I'm missing my shows. Yeah, you hear my lady? I gotta go. Gotta go. Got some great Diddy content coming up. So yeah, tap in and say tap in. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Smash that like button. Everything's free. Everything, all content, the likes and subscribes is all free. Spread the word around. Share the live. Let people know that I'm on YouTube. Get the likes up and smash the like buttons on the channels. You know what to do. Support it always. Cash out. Cash app. Life 70. You do dirt, you get dirt. It is what it is on that. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. Make sure you go to S.L.R Sports News TV. Make sure you double tap the likes on both channels. And as I say again, support the cash apps. Support the cash apps. Just make sure when y'all do the cash apps, y'all put the notes and fund the notes right. You understand what I'm saying? You dig what I dig? You dig what I dig? Everybody got cash app. Yeah, that's why I do cash. I don't do Zelle. I do cash app. When I say hit my cash app be real. My shit be real. For sure. Like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. You know we got that great content popping. You know, Diddy Bop coming up. You know what we do. Hit that subscribe button. Share the live. Smash the like button. We in the motherfucking building. Let's go. I'm out.